G.I. Joes are framed for stealing nuclear warheads and are nearly wiped out.
We were set up right from the start.
Returning to the United States, they discover that the president is being impersonated.
You're insane.
Together with an old friend, they unite to stop a worldwide holocaust. In G.I. Joe, Retaliation.
Hi, I'm Sean.
I'm Liz.
I'm Leah, and we're going to do a quick review to the sequel of 2009's G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, this year's G.I. Joe, Retaliation. We've all just seen it. What do we think?
Normally I'm a fan of indie films and art house films, but I actually really enjoyed the first G.I. Joe movie. So looking at this film, I was really disappointed.
If you know the first film, you'll be confused. Ooh. If you don't know the first film, you'll be confused. I mean, there's a lot of the characters in the first film that aren't in this film. And the truth is, it doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter. And I have to say that we knew at the end of G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, we knew that there would be a sequel, right? However, this film looks and feels so much like a money grab that nobody bothered to pay attention to story, plot.
Actually, halfway through this film, I was thinking, all right, this could be a stream, and I could see people enjoying this film who love the first one. But it falls apart when you start to question things. Like, there's this scene where they bring Storm Shadow into an elevator down into international space. And I remember looking at you, and we all looked at each other, and we were asking which character was good and which character was evil, and why they were there, and why the scene was happening.
Right.
And at that point, it just became absurd.
It was just absurd.
G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, the first film, was just going off the success of Transformers. And so I'm going to G.I. Joe Retaliation just thinking, I can just turn my brain off, have a good time, not really have to worry about paying attention to anything. The problem is when you have a plot that's very incoherent, you find yourself trying to pay attention and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. And the movie can't even just deliver fun thrills.
There's incredibly childish dialogue in this film. I remember lines from it. I remember there's a line where a guy says, I'm the quicker blower-upper. There's like this scene where government, I don't even remember if it was the president or not, but he says, get me the Joes. And it's just like, just absolutely
and
crazy.
Some bad political jokes.
That whole bromance thing that they're trying to pull off with Dwayne Johnson's character and Channing Tatum, it was a little bit like watching a friend of yours do open mic night and just bomb. It was kind of painful to watch.
But that's the only life that the film had that seemed improvised and energetic. Everything else just felt flat. I mean,
the stuff with his daughters, really. I gotta say, nobody does it better than Bruce Willis. Quip, and that kind of off the cuff.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. You all right?
My cholesterol's a little high.
He can handle that. He can deliver those lines. That's when life gets breathed into this film.
Because he has a sense of humor.
Yes.
The issue is that Bruce Willis is super underutilized.
This is true.
I mean, it's basically like Bruce Willis is on screen. We got Bruce Willis. That's it. Don't do anything with Bruce Willis. I mean, I love Bruce Willis. Right. I love The Rock. These guys are so much fun to watch. You have to try hard to not make that fun.
What do we think about the director, Jon M?
He does what he can, I guess. There's nothing to work with. I did have fun in one sequence where Snake Eyes has to infiltrate this mountain prison.
That was pretty spectacular, but then even after a while, even that got to be like, okay, how much longer are you gonna do this?
I actually liked the first one, so I was hopeful about G.I. Joe Retaliation. It's just not worth your time. Skip it.
I didn't expect a whole lot, but I did expect better than this. Skip it.
If you see this film, be warned that you may want to show your own form of retaliation. Skip it.
Cheers!
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 G.I. Joe really blows. Skip it.